Davis. Tim, it's way too cold to be playing spring sport.
It's a little chilly outside, but the spring season is upon us, and we have game one of the 24 season here with the Miller City Wildcats out of the Putnam County League coming to town to take on our Lady Tigers here.
Yeah, and we have a number of games scheduled for you this season. I think 20 total games between boys and girls, and we've got some days, and I think people have asked me, that's why I'm going to say this on the air, is we've got the Archibald game, for example, we've got both games scheduled simultaneously, and that's because the way that our league tries to do busing, which makes sense, is when they bring the girls' team, they bring the boys' team. So we'll actually have both of those broadcasts simultaneously. Boom, boom, Cole Ballman will be on the other side of that with me, and so a lot of games, 20, 21, 22 games this season, Tim. So you're going to be busy.
Going to be busy, but, that's, what you guys do here at LC Tiger Sports Live. And, when the weather is like it is today, that cold, windy spring weather, it's sometimes it's nice for some of our people to sit at home and listen in and watch into some softball here. I'm excited for the season here. You got a good mixture, looking down Liberty Center's roster, a good mixture of, a lot of seniors, but then you also mix in quite a few younger girls, even some freshmen that are going to see some playing time this year, and then you sprinkle in some juniors and sophomores. So it'll be interesting to see what the Tigers bring today. It's always important and nice to get off to a good start, so hopefully the Tigers can do just that. Looks like the managers, coaches will join the umpires at the home plate, and we'll get a meeting there, and then we'll get underway here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, sorry about that. We were running into a little procedural difficulties there, so I had to step away for just a second. Sorry about that. So, all right, coaches out there, and we're going to get underway. We've got brand new scoreboards.
Looks nice.
Yeah, very nice out there. With something that the athletic department did this year. And, of course, we'll have our onboard scoreboards for you as the game progresses. And, some interesting personnel things here for the Lady Tigers this year with the senior group. They've got to kind of fit some other people in there. They've got a few freshmen starting. They've got the Addie Zentek's going to start at second base as a junior. And Macy Crew, I think, also is going to start today at third base. Yep. So, nice that they are able to work in some other personnel. I know during the scrimmage, and they only really had 2 or 3 scrimmages, they had a number of players. And there's a strong class of girls coming up here. The freshman and sophomore class has got a lot of numbers, let's say that.
It's always good. It's interesting to see how things mix and fit together with this group. But I'm very optimistic with, when you have a lot of seniors like they do, that always tends to help, as you go throughout the season and be able to play through certain things. And I think we got some talented younger girls also that will be able to show some things as the season goes out. And early in the season, Liberty's going to, I think they'll probably lean on their pitching, hopefully.
Sure.
They're going to need some solid pitching. It's always a little more difficult to hit the softball when the weather's a little colder early on in the season. But hopefully that weather pattern changes a little bit and we get some warmer weather here. But just going down through Liberty Center's starting lineup today, if you would like to do that, Mark, or if you go with it.
I'll go ahead and do that. Batting first will be Emmy Gray. She'll be playing center. Addie Zentek will be playing second. She'll bat second. Bea Barrett behind the plate. She'll go third. Emma St. Clair at shortstop will be the fourth batter. Kenzie Fuller, one of the freshman girls that's going to start, she's at first base, and she'll bat fifth. Eliza Jones, I believe she's going to be in left field, and she'll bat sixth. Macy Crew at third base will bat seventh. Aubrey Zeider, one of the other freshman girls. I don't want to harp too much on the freshman girls. You know a little bit about mixing the girls and things in there, Tim. Aubrey Zeider will bat eighth. Maddie Sattler, the designated player, she'll bat ninth. And Molly Perry's on the mound, and she'll be the flex today. So I think you've got Miller City's starting lineup.
Let's go. I think we're going to get the national anthem here quick, and then we'll jump into that as they come to the plate in that first inning.
All right. We'll take a break here, and we'll be back right after this. All right, there you have the national anthem. And they'll also talk about player introductions here. I think we went through the lineup. Tim, do you just want to go through the Miller City lineup?
Yeah, we can do that real quick. Leading off for Miller City and playing shortstop will be Anna Neese. She is a junior. Batting second will be, I got to find first names, Chelsea Wilhelm. She'll be playing center field. We got Ryman batting third, Michael fourth, Erford fifth, Schnipke sixth, Verhoff seventh, David eighth, and Reyna batting ninth for the Wildcats.
Boy, some good old Putnam County names,
Yep,
aren't they?
sure is.
Center fielder, number 18, Taylor Michael. Behind the plate, number 2, Maddie Erford. Left fielder, number 19, Jordan Schnipke.
And just
Can I
going,
pick this up?
going through some of the starting lineups again for the fans out there.
And on the mound, number 9, Isabel Renee. And they are coached by Bo Petsky. And now for your Liberty Center Tigers. Number 2, center fielder Emmy Gray. Playing second, number 1, Eddie Zintek. Behind the plate, number 50, Bia Barrett. Playing short, number 20, Emma St. Clair. Playing first, number 22, Kenzie Fulber. Number 7, left fielder Eliza Jones. Playing third, number 8, Macy Crew. Playing right fielder, number 5, Aubrey Zeider. The designated player, Maddie Settler, number 14. And on the mound, number 3, Molly Perry. And your Tigers are coached by Nicole Kyle. Good luck to both teams.
All right, there you have it. The starting lineups. Liberty Center will take position. Interesting enough, they all got their jackets on. So, of course, we're up here.
Hey,
in
don't
the
blame them.
Hey, we're in the press box, and we've got our jackets on.
We still have our jackets on. So,
Yep.
Molly Perry in the circle for the Tigers today. Bia behind the plate, so a veteran crew there for the Tigers, and I think that's what they're hoping to get the season started off on the right foot. As you look at Liberty's lineup, in the game of softball, baseball, whatever you're playing, you want to be solid up the middle, and I think Liberty Center has that with Bia behind the plate, Molly on the mound, Sinclair at shortstop, and Emmy Gray in center field. Your seniors right down the middle there for the Tigers.
Well, and also filling in that outfield and left field, you've got Eliza Jones, a veteran there,
Another senior,
a
yep.
great bat, also as well as a great defensive player in left field. So, Kenzie Fuller takes over for her stepsister Molly Fuller at first base. So,
And I'm sure I will call her Molly
yeah,
at some point.
Yep.
So I apologize ahead of time to the Fuller family. And then you got Macy Crew at third and Addie Zintek at second base for the Tigers.
Aubrey Zeider will start out in right field for the Tigers. So we're underway here.
Number 22 for the Miller City Wildcats, Anna Neese will lead off for Miller City here.
Everybody's ready but the Miller City coach. Running down late to third base. That'll happen more than once today. So we just get everybody underway.
Pitch 1, game 1 of the 24 season. The season is underway. Ball on the outside half. Ground ball to short. Sinclair's there. Throws her out at first for out number 1. Nice play by Emma there, coming forward, coming to get the softball there, not letting the softball play her. Makes a solid throw to first to get that first one.
Yeah, and Tim, she's been really solid in the scrimmages, made some great plays, really showing her ability to cover some serious ground.
Stepping in here for the Miller City Wildcats is Wilhelm. She's the center fielder. I believe Emma moves over from third last year, if I remember correctly, to that shortstop position. Molly falling behind here, 2-0 to the number 2 hitter in the lineup. That's one thing in softball. You got to make them put it in play. No freebies. Ooh. Just missed on the outside corner. Molly gets it across there, and the count goes 3-1. 3-1 pitch outside, and that'll be ball 4, and Wilhelm will reach first here with 1 out here in the top of the first. You're looking at the flag out there, Mark. It's a heavy wind blowing out, it looks like. So as pitching, you want to make sure we keep the ball down, keep the ball on the ground, let our fielders give them a chance to make a play here.
And Eliza Jones in left field is playing pretty deep because it's blowing right at her. So
a line drive right back up the middle, a nice swing by the 3-hitter for Miller City, and they'll have runners on first and second with just 1 out here. I think the hitter there was sitting on that first pitch fastball, and nice swing there right back up the middle. Just missed on the outside.
Can't figure out where he likes him yet.
Here's where softball gets a little interesting. You got runners on first and second, 1 out. A lot of teams bunt to move runners to make the defense field the softball. So, first things first, we got to get the ball across the plate. Nice pitch there, even the count at 1-1.
A nice dig by Bea Barrett there.
And there's a lot of options you have here on the offensive side of things in this situation.
Molly putting her hand in her jacket there.
Nice pitch.
Trying to warm her hand in between pitches. It's not something the umpires usually allow, but I think he's going to make allowances for that today.
Yeah. Molly way ahead here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nice pitch from Molly. She's working that outside half. And number 18, Michael, reaching for that one there for out number 2.
Tim, that was a huge out right
it
there.
Was. Big out with runners on first and second. Ball outside. When she's missing, that's where she's missing. It's just that outside.
Yeah, and she'll probably dial that in.
Just off the outside corner here. Ball just a little low. We'll go 2-0 is the count here. Erford is your hitter here for Miller City.
There's a good old Putnam County name.
Maddie Erford.
Got the inside of the plate there. And that one.
2 balls, 1 strike here in the top of the first. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Ball outside and high. Moves the count to 3-1. Now you've got kind of in a hitter's count here. 3 balls, 1 strike. You can sit on one if you're the Miller City hitter. Molly's got to be careful on the location here. Nice pitch. Count goes full with 2 outs here, so Miller City will have the runners moving on the pitch. If you're Liberty Center on the infield, you want to knock it down, keep it on the infield, prevent that run from scoring. Right back up the middle. Base hit, rounding third for Miller City. The play at the plate, not going to be in time. Bea comes and gets it. Runners still at first and second with a run across for Miller City. That is number 17, Wilhelm, who scores for Miller City, and it's 1-0.
That's 2 shots right back up the middle.
You got Molly kind of got behind there in the count near the hitter's count, and she's able to sit on one and drive it right back up the middle with a pinch runner for Miller City. Number 10, Rue.
I think was that their pitcher? Or
I think it was the catcher.
Yes, the catcher. I saw him taking the gear off.
I think it's called a courtesy runner. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
That'll bring to the plate Schnipke, the left fielder, who's batting in the 6th spot for Miller City. Molly gets ahead with that strike 1 pitch. Now we go even at 1-1. Again, it's really important to get ahead in the count here. So a fly ball to left. Eliza under it. That wind playing.
Wow.
Having some trouble out there, but Eliza able to get under it and get out number 3 for the Tigers. So Miller City gets 2 hits in the inning, 1 run, and after a half inning, it's Miller City 1, Liberty Center coming to the plate.
Hey, if you're watching us, you've gone to our website, and you'll see our schedule is updated. We've got only one game that's a to be determined, and that's the boys' baseball. But also, if you've been following us on social media, you know we are beginning the technological move from our current software platform to the YouTube platform. Right now, in the spring season, it won't change much. You can access all of the games on our website, lctigersportslive.com. But if you are a YouTuber, go out at lctigersportslive.com, subscribe to the page, and it's going to be a little confusing, Tim, as we start, because we don't want to make we don't want to jump with 2 feet. We're going to put our toe in the water. All the baseball games will be streamed directly to YouTube.
Okay.
But you'll be able to access them off of our site. Also, we've begun the process. People have asked me, why are we doing this? Well, because they allow us to put up an extensive archive. So also, if you go to our YouTube page, you'll start to see we've uploaded 1995 football games. We'll be starting next week, and we'll get basically every football game since 1985 will be uploaded eventually. But all of the girls' games, the basketball girls, we've got girls' basketball going back to 2007. And so that'll be interesting. So you can check it all out and on YouTube at lctigersportslive.com.
All right, Mark, here we go. Bottom of the first. Emmy Gray will step in to lead off for the Tigers. Pitch number 1 is called a strike on the inside corner. On the mound for Miller City is number 9, Isabel Reyna. The 0-1 count. Line drive center field, right at the center fielder for out number 1. Nice catch by the center fielder for Miller City, Michael.
Boy, she's playing awful shallow. That's interesting. I mean, she was in the right spot that time, but
a little lift on it.
With the wind, boy, she looks like she's playing awful shallow.
She get it up a little bit, she'd still be running, I think. So stepping in now for Liberty Center will be Addie Zintek, the second baseman. Showing bunt, pulls back, ball high. One ball, no strikes. Reyna delivers. Zintek showing bunt, pulls back, and lets pitch number 2 go by, which is high for a 2-0 count. Good to see Addie back in there last year. You know, she didn't play right away with the ACL injury. Played a little bit towards the end. Shows bunts and watch strike right down the middle. And we're at 2 balls, 1 strike.
Well, an odd delivery by the Miller City pitcher with her arms kind of flailing a little bit. But
swing and a foul ball. Off the bat of Zintek, and we're even at 2-2. With 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 2-2 pitch inside, and we'll go full here. You know, interesting too, Liberty showing that bunt. You know they're not going to bunt it in that situation. I think it's a little bit of a, keeping your eye on the ball, tracking the ball easier. A swing and a miss for out number 2. So quickly, 2 outs for Liberty Center here in the first. That'll bring Bea Barrett to the plate for Liberty Center. First pitch, low and inside. Bea going kind of old school here. No batter's gloves, bare hands, 30 degrees outside.
It's Bea
Doesn't
Barrett.
matter. Caught the inside corner, and we go, wow, 1-1. Reyna doing a nice job, though, finding the strike zone here in the first inning, getting ahead, throwing strikes, making the hitters swing. Foul ball off the end of the bat there for Bea. Might have been a little bit outside, but now with 2 strikes, she's got to protect. Behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Miller City with a 1-0 lead. ball high, and we go 2-2 on the count.
That's probably a good pitch there. Just kind of throw something, I don't want to say junk up there. But
yeah, you don't want to give a hitter in that situation too good of a pitch to hit. The 2-2 pitch, ball low in the dirt, and the count goes full.
I think this would be something Bea Barrett likes. Got to come to her, so she's probably looking to tag one here.
Full count pitch on its way. Swing, I think it was a little inside, got her in off the hands, but she's able to at least foul that back and protect the plate, and we'll see another 3-2 pitch here. Swing and a miss. They'll throw it down to first as the catcher was not able to hang on to complete the out. And the Tigers go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. After one inning of play, it's Miller City 1, Liberty Center 0.
Tim, I want to go back. I made a comment about the delivery. Somebody already sent me a message about what's going on with that. What she's doing is not illegal. Somebody said that's an illegal pitch. It's not. You're only allowed to present by putting, and that's the definition of that is putting your hands together only once in the motion. She's actually starting with her hands apart.
Right. Yep.
And actually, instead of starting with her hands together, she's apart, and then she's putting them together in about mid-motion. And, that there's nothing wrong with that. It's, it's all about probably how she's pitched the entire, career as a softball player. Pitchers are built. You don't just pitch out one day, and that's just her delivery. So it isn't an illegal pitch.
Well, I'm glad someone let us know because I have no idea when it comes to the pitching and some of the rules.
Well, I do. I used to be a softball umpire for 30 years.
It seems like they change rules about every other year in some of these.
Yeah, I try to keep
sports.
up on some of those, but it's you're right. It's very difficult. I mean, you coach girls basketball, and you probably have to every year attend to the rules and changes and things in that line. So. But, yeah, that is not an illegal pitch. She's only presenting once in the move. She's just unusually doing it midstream. So,
all right, so Miller City coming to bat here in the second. Morgan Verhoff will lead it off for the Wildcats. Inning 2 here. Let's see if Molly can get ahead in the count against some of these hitters. I think that's kind of when she got in trouble there in that first. Strike on the outside corner, and that's the way she wants to start here for Liberty Center. Nice job by Molly getting ahead. The 0-1 pitch, strike 2, a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Molly's looking a lot more comfortable now, like she's kind of in rhythm.
Yeah, now way ahead in the count. Now it's here where you want to kind of waste one, see if she'll chase one high. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Nice pitch by Molly. A tough pitch to hit for out number 1. Stepping to the plate will be David, number 27. She is the first baseman for Miller City. Molly with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Yep. Now that pitch, the third strike on the last hitter, Mark, I don't think that was a strike in the first inning.
I don't either. I think everybody's kind of warming up maybe a little bit.
Ground ball. Sinclair going to have to come get it. Nice play. Got her at first for out number 2. Nice job by Emma coming and getting that slow ground ball, attacking it, fielding it clean, and making a nice strong throw to Mackenzie Fuller for out number 2.
Yeah, Emma's had a good preseason. The scrimmages I've seen her play in, very smooth, very getting to the ball quick.
Yeah. Well, and I think she got a really good bat read there too, which is really important for your middle infielders especially. Raina batting for Miller City here. She's the pitcher and falls behind here with first pitch strike for Molly. Pitch number 2, just a little bit low, evens the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Perry is just outside, make it go 2 balls and 1 strike. This is difficult with this weather, too, for your fielders. If you don't get much action, you kind of get flat-footed and not ready to move. So, swing and a miss, strike 2, and the count goes 2-2. So far, so good for Molly here in the second. Much quicker inning, a lot more strikes, getting ahead in the count, forcing hitters to hit her pitch. The 2-2 pitch from Perry. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Liberty Center. After an inning and a half, it's still Miller City 1, Liberty Center 0.
And on the, I am able to keep track of things here on the 3-chord scoreboard. We appreciate their sponsorship of our scoreboard throughout the year. Also, these broadcasts are brought to you by all of our sponsors, and very quickly we'll get through these and we'll come back to them when we have our 7th inning stretch. But KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, STN Design, Affinity IT Group, 3-chord, Davis Farm Services, Swanton Welding, Pam and Dick Leatherman, Pizzanello's Pizza, Gerald Grain Centers, Holgate Metal Fab, and Sattler Meats. And we appreciate you guys. And again, folks, they make these broadcasts possible for us and for you as a viewer.
It's pretty amazing, Mark, what our sponsors and community members and businesses do for Liberty Center Athletics, not just for LC Tiger Sports, but across the board, all of our sports and all the little things that they do. It's greatly appreciated, and we're very fortunate to live in a community like we do.
We live in a great town.
All right. We go to the bottom of the second. For Liberty Center, it will be Emma Sinclair, Mackenzie Fuller, and Eliza Jones, your 4, 5, and 6 hitters.
Now, this is a changeup all through the scrimmages. Kenzie Fuller has batted in the 4 spot, and Emma batted in the 5th, but I think they're going to lean on the veterans.
Ball 1 is in the dirt from Reyna. See if the Tigers can get some base runners here in the second. They went 1, 2, 3 in the first. The 1 ball, no strike pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-0 quickly.
Well, the umpire was very glad it didn't hit him in the arm. That would not be good. That was, as an umpire, the cold games, boy, it was inevitable. You'd get a foul tip in the shoulder or something.
3-0 goes the count. Again, the Tigers looking to get that first base runner. The 3-0 pitch is strike right down the middle. It goes to 3-1. Now you're Emma Sinclair here. You're still in a hitter's count. You kind of want to sit on a pitch in a certain spot and see if you can't drive it. If it's not in that spot, you can let it go. The 3-1 pitch. Ball in the dirt, and she'll get first base.
That was not it.
Nope. So first runner aboard for Liberty Center, and that'll bring Mackenzie Fuller to the plate. Mackenzie, one of those freshmen that's going to see a lot of time here this year in the softball season.
Well, she's a travel ball guru, playing probably since the age of 8, and so she's got a lot of innings.
The 1-0 pitch is high. Sinclair going to second, and called her out at second. It looked like the throw beat her, and the tag was there. I think it was a good call by the umpire. Liberty Center showing they're going to be aggressive early on. Kind of a delayed call. They just wanted to make sure the fielder had the softball still. So 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0.
Yeah, that was a good throw by the catcher, right where it needed to be. Any place else, she'd have been safe, but it was right at the bag, right at the foot.
2-0 pitch to Fuller is low, 3-0. So Reyna here having some trouble finding the strike zone. We had a base on balls from Sinclair, now quickly 3-0 on Fuller. 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4, and Fuller will get first base, and that'll bring up Eliza Jones, batting in the 6th spot for Liberty Center.
Now, Eliza has been, last year, very strong bat, number of home runs hit by her. Yeah. She's got a very smooth swing.
I think the Tigers really need a big season from her, especially with the bat this year. Showing bunt, pulls back. The count goes 1 ball, no strikes.
Kenzie, a very smart base runner, not necessarily very fast.
Yeah, again, Reyna struggling here with throwing strikes. Ball 2, runner going, and she's safe as the ball skips between the legs of the shortstop, and Mackenzie will get second base
Then she makes me look bad by stealing second base after I say that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things going on there. You're
Yeah.
showing bunt. You got a lot of the defenders moving to cover that bunt, and then you steal. The 2-0 pitch is bunted foul by Jones. Move the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. So runner on second, and Mackenzie Fuller, Eliza Jones at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here, bottom of the second. Ball inside, ball gets by the catcher, and Fuller will take third.
Tim, that was very subtle by Eliza Jones, but a very intelligent play. She could have ducked and moved out of the way, but she knew it was going to just about hit her, which made it a tough play for the catcher.
Absolutely.
And allowed Fuller to advance.
Yep. Jones showing bunt again, foul ball back to the catcher, and that'll move the count to 3-2.
The very veteran play there by Eliza Jones.
Now here, your 3-2 count. You got to runner on third. You got to put it in play. Ground ball up the middle to the shortstop. Nice play. Bad throw over the head, and Eliza will round first and head to second. And a run will score in Fuller, and the Tigers tie the score at 1-1.
Yep.
Nice job by Eliza, just putting the ball in play, making sure you get that runner. That runner was going to score regardless of the throw, as they were making the play at first, but making them make that play, and Eliza gets to second on the air.
It almost looked like the shortstop, and I didn't see it because I was watching the runner, but did she bobble that a little bit?
Slightly.
Yeah, I
think she still had time to get her, but overthrew it. At bat for Liberty Center is Macy Crew here. She fouled the first one back on attempted bunt, and it's no balls, 1 strike. Jones on second. Ball gets by the catcher again, and Jones will get to third. One and 1 count on Macy Crew. Pitch and a missed bunt will move the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Also, Eliza Jones pretty fast out there also. I think she's got some speed here.
Ball high.
Oh, no, I was waiting for that one.
That was close, especially with 2 strikes. That's a tough one to take. But here, again, you're in the same situation you were last time. 1 out, runner on third. You got to put the softball in play to get that run in. Swing and a miss, foul ball. Foul ball is what they call.
I think that was just a defensive swing there. I think she was just trying to fight the pitch off, do what she could to make contact.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Runner on third. Macy Crew at the plate. The 2-2 pitch. Ball low. That'll move the count full. Again, right now as a hitter, you want to put the ball in play, make them field it, see if you can't get that run across and take a lead here. Full pitch count to Crew. Ball high. That's the third walk of the inning for Miller City's pitcher. And that'll bring up Aubrey Zeider will be the hitter for Liberty Center, and we'll have a conference at the mound for Miller City.
Yeah, Aubrey Zeider now coming up. She's one of those upcoming freshman athletes that have spent a lot of time playing organized softball, organized volleyball, so very athletic individual here. So, and Tim, being the girls basketball coach with, I don't know, you had 87 girls, I think. They were everywhere. Coach Kyle has got the same thing. She's got a lot of talented athletes, and it's a chore to juggle those.
It certainly is. All right, here we go. Runner on first and third, 1 out. Zeider showing bunt, then pulls back. Crew will go to second. The throw down to third, not in time. So the Crew will move up. We'll now have runners on second and third with 1 out. Aubrey Zeider, 1 ball, no strikes. Shows bunt. And foul ball. Foul ball. Liberty doing a lot of bunting.
Yeah, I think they've really prescribe to the what I'll call the small ball theory, but it's effective, especially when early in the season when people kind of don't really have down what they're doing and who's doing what. So
foul ball on the attempted bunt again with 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now we go back to 2 strikes on the hitter. You got to put it in play to try and get that run in. Still 1-1. Ball in the dirt. Nice job by the catcher keeping it in front of her to prevent that run from scoring. Looking at Miller City's outfield, right field and center is really shallow. Left field a little deeper. The 2-2 pitch to Zeiter. Ball 3 high. And the count goes full.
Still just 1 out here in the inning. On the 3-chord scoreboard, we're able to keep that up, that graphic for you as you view this.
3-2 pitch to Zeiter. Ball 4 high, and that'll load the bases. So potential for a really big inning here for Liberty Center. Maddie Sattler, another freshman, will come to plate for the Tigers. A left-hander.
And infield fly rule will be in effect. We'll talk about that in a second here.
Showing bunt. Kind of a slap swing.
Yep, from the left side of the plate there, she's able to do that slap bunt. That's one of the things they've worked on. They've worked on it with a few players this year is to try to get that into play.
Infield coming way in, so they're going to go home with the ground ball anywhere on the infield. Sattler shows bunt. Watches that one goes by and falls down in the count at 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Ball low. Now, if you're the runners for Liberty Center, especially at second and third, you can get a really big lead here, especially second base with no one covering, so you make sure you can score on a hit. The 1 ball, 2 strikes pitch to Sattler is ball outside, 2-2.
Yeah, it looks like that bunt position Liberty's doing has got the pitcher a little bit rattled here in inning number 2.
A swing and a miss by Sattler, and she'll go down on strikes for out number 2. And that'll bring up
Emmy
back
Gray.
to the top of the order for Liberty Center as Sattler is the
designated
extra hitter,
player.
designated player that batted for Perry. So Emmy Gray at the plate, 2 outs, bases loaded. Ball high for ball 1. Again, Liberty scored 1 run, bases loaded, 2 outs, and have yet to get a hit this inning. So pitcher a little wild in this inning has given Liberty Center some opportunities. Ball inside, will move to 2-0.
Well, and if you're going to dial this up, Tim, who do you want at the plate? Your number 1 hitter.
Well, you got a senior at the plate. She's got it way ahead in the count, 2-0. She's got to be sitting on 1, ready to drive it. Ball high, 3-0. Now I think she's probably taking in this situation.
Yeah, in the first inning she flew out to center field, but boy, it was a shot.
Strike 1. Now as a hitter here in this situation, 3-1 now. You're still in a hitter's count. Still want to find a pitch you can drive and make sure you don't miss it. The 3-1 pitch. Fly ball to second, and that'll be out number 3. They got her in on the hands on that swing. And after 2 innings of play, it's Miller City 1, Liberty Center 1.
Yeah, Tim, you had made a comment, and I was writing down a few things, but Liberty Center, did they have a hit in that inning?
No hits in that inning. So there was 3 walks and an error. To give Liberty Center their 1 run.
Yeah, and in a big contrast from inning number 1 where Molly Perry struggled a little bit in the first inning, and the Miller City pitcher, I think Liberty went down 1-2-3 in the first inning. Then coming back here, the strike zone opened up a little bit more flexibility, but the Miller City pitcher, as you said, did struggle with getting it across the plate. So,
Well, I think, Mark, no matter what level you're playing softball at, it's the name of the game is pitching.
Yep.
And it always has been, always will be. And when pitchers can dominate the strike zone and make hitters hit pitchers' pitches, it makes it difficult.
all right. Inning top of the third here on the three-chord scoreboard.
Be Nice leading off for Miller City. Ball outside as Nice shows bunt. Nice the leadoff hitter, shortstop for Miller City. Perry delivers. Swing and a tapper foul down the third base line to even the count at 1-1. I think our shortstop's the only one that's fielded the ball so far this game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And strikeouts, walks, and ground balls to shortstop. Foul ball down the right field line moves the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nice. Ball in the dirt moves the count to 2-2.
I think that was probably a good pitch by her. Don't throw her anything on that count that she can drive.
2-2 pitch outside. Count goes full on Nice here in the top of the third inning. Liberty Center 1, Miller City 1. Big pitch here coming from Perry. First hitter of the inning. You want to keep runners off the bases. 3-2 pitch, swing and a ground ball in the hole between third and short will find its way through into left field. Jones will field it and get it in to Zintek at second. And a leadoff single by Miller City here in the top of the third inning. That brings Chelsea Wilhelm to the plate. Now let's see what Miller City decides to do with their runners here. A very, very good catcher behind the plate with Bea Barrett. See if they test her arm. Ball outside. You know, when Molly's missing, she's just missing outside. Foul ball at the plate.
There's an interesting play right there. The home plate umpire was shielded by that. That foul ball was actually called by the base umpire, rightfully so. That's a tough call for the home plate umpire.
1-1 pitch. Ball bunted, foul. It looked like the runner was moving on the pitch, too. One ball, 2 strikes. Nice on at first. Wilhelm at the plate. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Called strike on it. Strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 1. That's a big pitch there by Molly Perry to get that first out of the inning.
And they maybe could have thrown down to first. The first base runner was a little confused as to what was going on and kind of stood there.
Brings Ryman to the plate for Miller City. Swinging a ground ball to third. Bobbled, plays at first. Got her for out number 2. And the runner moves up to second from first. Nice play by Crew there at third. Macy Crew at third place. She kept the softball in front of her, picked it up cleanly, and made a nice throw to first to get the hitter.
Fuller with a nice stretch also there for the Tigers.
2 outs and Michael at the plate. Runner at second. Ball outside. Now if you're the Tigers, your focus is on the hitter here. 2 outs. Runner on at second. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Moves the count to 1-1. If you're the infielders here, you want to make sure you keep it on the infield to keep that run from scoring. The 1-1 pitch just almost hit her.
Ooh, I thought it did.
Yeah, so did I at first there, but apparently did not. Count goes to 2-1.
You know,
I think that was a changeup that Molly threw there.
and taking one for the team might not be a good idea this cold weather.
Ball outside goes to 3-1. Three-one pitch from Perry. Swing and a foul back will even the count at 3-2. I guess that doesn't even the count. Makes the count full at 3-2.
I knew what you meant.
Did you? Full count, 2 outs, and the pitch. Swing and a fly ball to right center. And caught by Gray in right center. I thought we were about to have a collision, and what a play by Emmy Gray in deep right center field for out number 3. I was watching Zyder on that.
Yeah.
I thought Zyder was going to catch it, and then Gray comes and make a fantastic catch in right center for the 3rd out.
Well, I think that probably, Tim, came down to Emmy Gray kind of being the veteran there and making sure that Aubrey did pull up. So
I thought for sure we had a collision on our hands. But, you're looking at the flag, I think the wind kind of brought that ball back a little bit. But nonetheless, a great play. 3rd out of the inning. And after 2.5 innings, we're 1-1 with Liberty Center and Miller City. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Okay, once again, check our schedule. We'll be, as the weather and changes, I know who knows with spring sports, we never know. But stay on our website, lctigersportslive.com, for all the changes. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll get updates there, as well as follow us on Facebook. And we'll try to get the word out as soon as we know about these changes. But you can always go to the website for kind of what's going on. Also on the website, you'll find the athletic calendar for Liberty Center, which has all of the sports and all of the locations. Our schedule just has the broadcast games on it. So I know the girls are going to be on the road next week. We have a boys game, I believe, Tuesday and Thursday next week. So check the schedule for all the updates.
All right, Mark. So coming to the bottom of the 3rd, Liberty Center will bring Addie Zintek, Bia Barrett, and Emma Sinclair to the plate. Liberty Center, I don't think they have a hit yet, right? I don't think
have
a hit yet. So
No.
Zintek looking for the first hit for the Tigers. Shows bunt, puts it down. That's a fair ball. Going to be a tough play at first. Got her by a half step.
Wow.
For out number 1. Nice job by the catcher getting out of her stance, fielding the ball, and making a nice throw to first. She didn't quite get it far enough away from the catcher there. Nice play by Erford, the catcher there for Miller City. Brings Bia Barrett to the plate. One out here in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes. Ball 2. So Bia quickly ahead in a hitter's count. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a line drive to left field. Down for a base hit, and that'll be Liberty Center's first hit. Nice swing by Bia. She had a rope to left field. Tough play for the left fielder, and it short hopped her. So your first hit of the season goes to Bia Barrett for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was, I think the wind kind of moved that ball a little bit. The fielder was unsure. So you'll get a courtesy runner here.
Yeah.
And,
Courtesy running for the Tigers, Madison Foster.
yeah, Maddie Foster.
Maddie Foster will be a courtesy runner, and she'll run for Barrett at first base. So a runner on, 1 down for Emma Sinclair at the plate. Foul ball at the plate.
Ooh, I was going to say, he didn't call foul ball. Got a runner on. You just got to call it.
No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Fouled back. Reyna quickly ahead, 0-2 on Sinclair here. It's the heart of your order here. You want to get some production here, especially with a runner on to move her up. Ball high. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Nowhere near.
Ooh, gotta be watching.
So Foster gets to second. The center fielder backs up the throw and gets it back in time, so she cannot move up to third. So now a runner in scoring position here with just one out for Liberty Center. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball past the third baseman into left field. Bobbled by the third baseman. Foster around third. She will score, and Sinclair moves up to second. Nice job by Emma Sinclair putting the softball in play, making the defense field it. That didn't happen. It scores a run, and she moves up to second for Liberty Center and now takes a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, the left fielder went down to get the ball and popped her head up trying to figure out where the runners were.
She hit it hard. It's a tough play for the third baseman, first of all. But again, you're putting it in play, making them field it on a cold, windy day.
Yeah.
It's not as easy as you would think. So Liberty with another runner in scoring position with just 1 out. Fuller, the hitter, shows bunt.
Fouled
off, looks like. So 1-1 is the count. Sinclair at second. Liberty Center leads 2-1, bottom of the third. Ball high, 2-1. Sinclair getting a really big lead out there at second base. You really like to see that aggressiveness, at least until they try and throw behind you. Kind of a half swing there by Fuller evens the count at 2-2.
No, I think Kenzie got fooled a little bit by the speed of that pitch. Knew it. She's kind of smiling up there.
All right, here you go. 2-2 count, 1 out. Pitch to Fuller. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll be out number 2 in the inning.
Now batting number 7, Eliza Jones.
Brings up Eliza Jones here.
Okay, Eliza had a hit earlier.
Okay.
Getting messages on the watch there, so. But I do love it because there are people watching us out there. So
keep us on track here. All right, 1 ball. And slow line drive up the middle, off the pitcher's glove. And I'm going to correct whoever corrected us, Mark, because that wasn't a hit. It was an error on the shortstop that overthrew it. So that's not a hit. That's a error. That right there is a hit.
Don't say that because I have to sleep with both eyes closed. I'm not going to say who it was.
There's a difference between an error and a hit. I'm giving Eliza a hit on that one. Runner goes down the second, throw to short. Now they got the runner in a rundown. They're going to get her at third base. No.
Ooh.
Says she got her hand in.
We'll take it.
So that situation there, you had the runner moving from first to second. Miller City's play was to throw it to the shortstop to see if they can't get the runner at third going home, which it looked like they had her. The throw to third, though, they said Sinclair got her hand in just in time. All that being said, we now have runners at second and third with 2 outs for Macy Crew. And Macy fouls one straight back.
And I believe it's 1-1. I didn't get the call from the umpire.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cole Ballman's very proud of me today, Tim. I'm working the scoreboard by myself. Boom Boom's out there. That's usually his job.
Strike 2 called. Kind of a change up there from Reyna. All right, here you go again. I got to put the softball in play here, try and get that run across. 2 outs. Miller City's made a few errors here. Foul back, good swing by Crew to stay alive here. Eliza can get a big lead out there at second base here on the pitch. Should score on a hit. Be nice to get a run across here. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the pitch. Ball high. Moves the count to 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Ball in the dirt. Gets by the catcher. Here comes Sinclair to home. She's going to slide in safely, and the Tigers get on the board again, and they take a 3-1 lead. Jones moves up from second to third. Miller City's pitchers, Rainey here, struggling a little bit with her control. A few errors in the field for Miller City has kind of led to Liberty Center's 3 runs here. So Liberty with still a runner at third, 2 outs, full count on Macy Crew. 3-2 pitch, swing and a foul tip, and the catcher was able to hang on to it for out number 3.
Macy thought it hit the dirt.
Yeah, I couldn't see it from my angle. Apparently it did not, so there was no argument from the coaches. But so after 3 innings of play here at Liberty Center, the Lady Tigers 3, Miller City 1, as the Tigers push 2 across here in the third.
Okay, once again, these broadcasts are brought to you guys by these sponsors. KK Collision, the leader in the automotive repair industry, 27 years right here in Liberty Center. Meyer Badenhop Insurance, since 1933, Northwest Ohio has been the home of the Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency. STN Design, your home for custom screen printing and embroidery. Affinity IT Group, cybersecurity managed services for your company's demanding computer needs. 3Chord, sign it, sew it, screen it, promote it. The Davis Farm Services, family-owned agronomy business serving Northwest Ohio farmers for well over 50 years. Swanton Welding, since 1956, they've been providing their customers with the highest quality metal fabrication services. Pam and Dick Leatherman, Pisanello's Pizza, that great family restaurant serving up delicious pizza subs, wings, and salads right in downtown Liberty Center. The Gerald Grain Centers, that farmer-owned cooperative, 9 locations, 1 in Liberty Center. Holgate Metal Fab, 14,000 feet of fabrication area, makes Holgate Metal Fab the shop you can count on. And last but not least, Sattler Meats, from our farm to your table, right there on North Perry Street, or South Perry Street in Napoleon.
All right, leading off for Miller City will be Erford. Molly Perry still on the mound for the Tigers. Erford's the catcher for the Wildcats. So those listeners who aren't aware, the courtesy runner is allowed to come back into the game with that. That runner will run for her throughout the game.
Yep. That is strictly at the coach's discretion, and it's not a substitution.
So 2 balls, no strikes on the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 4th. Perry delivers. Swing and a fly ball to right center. Gray and Zider on the run. Gray is there for out number 1. Good job by Molly pitching to contact here.
I think, again, that started out a lot further into right field, but the wind just kind of pushed it.
You look at the flag out there, and it's blowing really hard right now. So leadoff hitter is out for out number 1. Batting for Miller City is number 19, Schnipke. She is the left fielder for Miller City. Molly quickly ahead. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Ball in the dirt. Moves the count to 1-1. You look at the runs scored in the 3 innings for Liberty Center Miller City. A lot of those were kind of started with some walks, allowing some base runners. So when you keep those runners off the bases and make the hitters hit it, ball outside goes to 2-1. Schnipke flied out to Jones, her first time up. Swinging a foul ball, moves the count to 2-2.
No one wants to get hit with a foul tip today. Nope. I can tell you that. Steve Parasini in the booth with us, and both of us can contest that you don't want to take a foul ball in the cold weather, do you?
2-2, fouled back. Nice job by the hitter there, fouling a pitch back with 2 strikes on her. Keeps the counts even at 2-2. Yeah. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Tigers with a 3-1 lead. 2-2 pitch, fouled back again. Nice job by Schnipke.
Molly in a much better rhythm in these last
sure.
couple
Yep.
innings.
Yep. Molly delivers. Ball just a bit low on inside. Looked like a change-up of some sort. Change of speed on the hitter. The hitter had been out in front of it a little bit. The full count pitch to Schnipke. Swing and a blooper behind short. Sinclair goes back, makes a beautiful catch over the shoulder for out number 2. Nice job by Emma going back, finding a spot, and making the catch.
And that's been something. Her range has really come into play, Tim, in this watching the scrimmages or whatever. And there's certainly another example of the range that she has at that shortstop position.
You know, through 4 innings, I've been really impressed with her play at shortstop. She gets good bat reads, and that's a huge part of it right there, is getting that bat read, getting that first step to make the play. Ball 1 on Verhoff here. Make it 2-0. 1-1.
1-1, yeah.
1-1 is the count.
Yeah, he didn't flash the first one, so I didn't know what it was.
I'm just following what the scoreboard
Yeah.
says. And pop up on the infield. Looks like Sinclair, Zintek collide, and Sinclair hangs on to it. For out number 3, that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, that was. I think the wind also had a say in that, Tim. I think that started out on the second base side.
Well, and no matter what sport you play, communication is so important.
Absolutely.
And you have 2 players going for a pop up there, but you also need your teammates to be calling off who's supposed to be going to be catching it. Especially on a windy day, it's hard to hear. But nonetheless, the play is made for out number 3. And after 3.5, Liberty Center 3, Miller City 1.
Hey, once again, join us next week as we will have our boys' home opener, and that'll be, I believe, Tuesday, I think, and they will take on the Edgerton Bulldogs on Tuesday, and then they come back on Thursday and take on North Central. What are they? The North Central
Eagles.
Eagles. Oh, that's right. They got that eagle painted on their side of their gym. So. Take that action. Cole Boom Boom Ballman will be on the techie side of that. And I think Coach Ryan Zeider is going to join us in the booth. Ryan stepped down as varsity coach after a number of seasons. And he's got kids in a lot of multiple sports there, and we understand that. And so he's going to move from the field to the booth for us this year.
All right, as we go to the bottom of the 4th, we'll have Aubrey Zeider, Maddie Sattler, and Emmy Gray. Zeider leading off. Raina still on the mound for Miller City. Pitch number 1 to Zeider, swung on and fouled back for strike number 1. Aubrey, a freshman, also strong for a freshman.
Well, and a lot of reps.
Athlete.
A lot of reps in softball and other sports. So,
swing, fouled it back. Falls behind. It should be 0-2.
Yep, it is 0-2.
So Raina quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Zeider choked up. Looking just to make contact, put it in play, make him field it. Swinging a line drive to center,
That's
over the center
tough.
fielder's head. One hops the fence. Zeider rounds first, heads to second. She's going to turn and go to third. We're going to have a play at third. She is out. A bang play at third. I think Aubrey hesitated, rounding second slightly, which was the difference. But nonetheless, a very good swing by Zeider. One hops the fence in deep center field. But a nice job by Miller City getting the ball in and getting the out at third.
Yeah, the center fielder, though she didn't have a chance to catch the ball, she got a heck of a jump on it because she just took right off to the fence.
Pinch hitter, yes. This is Molly hitting for herself, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she is designated as the flex,
Yeah,
so they can do
Molly's
that.
the flex player, so earlier Sattler would hit for her, but Molly's going to hit this time around. 1 ball. Ooh. 2 balls. Wasn't sure about that one.
I wasn't either.
2 balls, no strikes on Molly Perry. Nobody on here in the 4th. Strike on the inside corner moves the count to 2-1. Again, bottom of the 4th, Tigers 3, Wildcats 1. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch is high, moves the count to 3-1 on Perry. Again, nice job by Miller City getting the ball in, though, there. That hit by Zeider. Hit the cutoff, got the play to third. So 3-1 count. Strike 2 called. I think she thought it was ball 4.
Yeah, I think she did too.
But counts full, 1 out here in the 4th. Now with 2 strikes, you got to protect. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Molly out in front of it a little bit there on that swing.
Nice off-speed pitch.
That'll be the second out of the inning, and that'll go bring us to the top of the lineup with Emmy Gray at the plate. She lined out to center and popped out to second her first 2 at-bats. A ball in the dirt for ball 1.
Yeah, Emmy, in that first inning, she had that shot right to the center fielder. So we'll see what happens here.
Reyna delivers. Ball high, 2-0. So you got 2 outs here. Your leadoff hitter on. Any way she can get on. I would look for the Tigers to be aggressive on the base paths then with her on if she can get on. Swing and a miss. Liberty looks to be just out in front a little bit on their swings.
Yeah, I think the Miller City pitcher is struggling with her fastball. I think she's varying the speed quite a bit. And yeah.
2-1 pitch. Ball outside and high. 3-1. Good hitters count here. 3-1 pitch to Gray. Ball inside. No, he called it a strike.
Oh,
full count.
Got to hit it where they're calling it.
You know, in the 3-1 count, though, it's something pitch she didn't like. She didn't have to swing. Now we go full, though. Now you got 2 strikes. Now you got a battle in there. 3-2 pitch. Ball high and outside. Now it'll be interesting to see what the Tigers do. You got speed on first with Gray. 2 outs. Addie Zintek at the plate. Let's see if the Tigers try and get the runner over to second in scoring position. Pitch to Zintek. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. The play at second. Not in time. So they do indeed steal second base with Gray, and she moves up to second to get in scoring position. Now Liberty looking for that 2-out hit from Zintek. No balls, 1 strike. Zintek, ground ball to third, bobbled by the third baseman, throws to first, pulls her off, and Gray will move up to third. Zintek at first. Nice job by Addie Zintek putting the ball in play. Third baseman bobbled it there. Was able to collect it and make the throw to first, but pulled the first baseman off the base a little bit, which allowed Zintek to be safe and Gray to move up to third.
Yeah, Zentek's speed, I think, was a big factor there. The third baseman had to rush. She did. She air-throwed it.
So now you have Zintek at first, Gray at third, Barrett at the plate for Liberty Center. Ball high. Zintek fakes. Ball gets by the second baseman. Gray's going to come in to score. So an error on the catcher there on the throw down. Zintek kind of faked like she was going to steal. The catcher threw it down to second anyway, which allowed Gray to score from third. Gives the Tigers a 4-1 lead here in the 4th. Barrett, 1 ball, no strikes. She lined a sharp single to left her last time up. Another one down the left field line, just foul. Now you kind of got the same situation you had last at bat with Zintek with good speed at first. Although you may not want to take the bat out of her hands if they are able to throw her out. The 1-1 pitch to Barrett. little looper to short is caught. I think they got her off the end of the bat or on the handle. I
Yep.
wasn't sure there. So Barrett hits a little floater out to short. And the Tigers get one more run here in the fourth to take a 4-1 lead against Miller City.
Hey, one of the things, Tim, we're going to do, and your experience with this is we're going to have our sit-downs, and we're going to call them from the dugouts with our coaching staff. Coach Paul LaPlante, the new varsity boys baseball coach, will join us, and we'll have those weekly interviews like we did with the basketball. You guys, with you and Casey Moeller and Greg Badenhop set a trend there, and our viewers love that kind of information. That was great to have that, and we'll be doing that with the softball and baseball coach. And again, Coach Kyle, Nikki Kyle, will join us and with some of her staff, and then Coach Paul LaPlante with his new staff, and we'll introduce the Tiger Sports Live community to Coach LaPlante here shortly from our studio. And we're going to call those segments From the Dugout. We'll start those, I believe, sometime next week as schedules permit.
I think those are nice for our viewers, Mark, to kind of get a little bit more in-depth, a little more details of some of the behind-the-scenes type things, and not just of what coaches do, but also the personnel and the players that we have and strengths and weaknesses and kind of what the team is made of. I think it's a really neat thing.
I think those were, the great insights by you guys. We appreciate that.
All right, Miller City will send the not the 2-hitter. They will send the 8-hitter, David, to the plate. Molly Perry still on the mound for the Tigers with a 4-1 lead here in the top of the fifth. The strike one pitch is swung on and missed for strike two. So Molly quickly ahead on hitter one here in the fifth.
It's all earlier. Reese Kessler, the one of the other pitchers, were warming up just in case.
Good spot there on that no ball 2-strike pitch outside. Moves the count to 1-2. Ball in the dirt.
I like those pitches. Don't give her something down the middle to hit.
You don't want to give too good of a pitch when you're way ahead in the count that she can line somewhere. Same time, you don't want to lose her here. 2-2 count. And ball 3. So now we move the count full on the leadoff hitter here in the fifth for Miller City. And Molly Perry delivers the 3-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball up the middle. Nice play by Sinclair. Plays it first. Got her for out number 1. Again, what range by Emma Sinclair. Going to her left, up the middle, makes a nice play, sets her feet, and makes a strong throw to first to Fuller for out number 1.
Well, and Tim, one of the things you notice about Emma St. Clair is how fast the ball comes out once she gets it. And that's very, very key for that shortstop position.
Mm-hmm. And it's very important to get that first out of the inning. Fouled back. On pitch number 1 to the pitcher for Miller City, Reyna. Ball in the dirt. One and one is the count on Reyna. Swing and a fly ball to right. Zeider coming in. Makes the basket catch for out number 2.
Tim, I was looking at, just before that hit, I'm looking at the wind. It is shifting a little bit, and it has not let up at all today.
No. 2 outs here in the fifth. That'll bring up Nice, and she hits a line drive to right field, which is down for a hit. Zeider will field it on one hop and get it in quickly. So a nice piece of hitting by Nice for Miller City, going with the pitch and driving it to right field. That'll bring up Wilhelm.
I think that's Nice's second hit of the day. I think I had her in the second inning with a hit.
Runner going, throw down to second, not in time. Throw just a little high, and the runner is able to slide in underneath. That'll put a runner in scoring position for Miller City.
Well, Liberty needs to be smart here, Tim. They need outs right now.
Yep.
The runner's somewhat immaterial with a 4-1 lead.
Ground ball is going to start foul and then roll back first. Nice job by Fuller to field it and make the play. That ball started clearly foul and came back with the spin off the end of the bat. And the Tigers will get out number 3, and we will head to the bottom of the 5th with Liberty Center a 4-1 leader.
Yeah, I think the batter thought that was going to be a ticker, as we like to say. That was kind of an odd thing. So great play by Fuller to stay with it, not give up on it. So
when is our next softball broadcast?
I do. Somewhere. I'm missing Cole Bauman here. So the girls will be back home on the 30th as they'll take on Edgerton.
That's next Saturday, right? The 30th?
I believe so.
What time's that?
That is an 11 o'clock. It is a
Yes,
doubleheader.
Saturday.
Yeah, on the doubleheaders, what we'll do, we'll only really cover the first game of the doubleheader. And with this weather, we did that. People think, well, why don't you cover both? But that's a long day for broadcasters and players and everybody else involved. But we do that because we never know what the weather. Today was a perfect example of that. We were scheduled at 11 with a doubleheader today. The weather didn't really permit that, so we condensed the game. So we do schedule the first game of the doubleheader, and they'll take on the Lady Bulldogs of Edgerton next week.
All right. Hopefully it's a little bit warmer next week.
I hope so. Or I'm going to be bringing the heater to the
And I don't know why I'm
press
complaining up here in the booth where it's not nearly as cold as it is out there.
Yeah. You got to give it to the crowd here. Quite an assembling of crowd. We've got about 100 and almost 200 people online watching us, but there's a lot of Liberty Center faithful here and Miller City faithful out in the stands.
All right, so we are in the bottom of the 5th, and Sinclair loops one to center, and it will drop for a single here to lead off the Tigers.
Well, Emma St. Clair having a day for herself between
hit number 2 for Emma.
Yep, between
and several defensive plays out there. So.
More than several.
And we'll have Mackenzie Fuller at the plate now. Sinclair at first, nobody out. She shows bunt and pulls back. Watches it go for a strike. Sinclair heading down to second and steals second. A nice throw by the catcher. Nice one-hop catch by the shortstop, just not in time. So runner in scoring position at second in Sinclair. Fuller at the plate with one strike. Pitch, the ball in the dirt, and
Ooh, Emma
Sinclair
wanted that
wanted
one.
to go.
She did. She wanted that one bad.
So, all right. 1-1 count. Nice to push another run across here. Pitch to Fuller. Shows bunt. Lays one down. Nice bunt down the first base line. Plays at one. They got her at first. Play at the home. Safe. And Sinclair is in safely for run number 5. And what a nice piece of base running by Emma Sinclair. She's going to third on the bunt. Rounded third. And on the play at first was able to keep coming home to score without stopping to give the Tigers their 5th run of the game. Nice bump by Fuller there. Could not have placed it in a better spot.
Yeah, that's a good point, Tim. That was a great play by Kenzie Fuller. And St. Clair just when you're up a couple runs, you can be aggressive like that, so it worked out well.
Yeah, the spot she put it in, the pitcher, first baseman, both of them had to come in to try and get it because of where it was at. So really nice job by her, and that'll bring Eliza Jones at the plate with one out and nobody on. She shows bunt, fouls it back. One ball, one strike to the senior Eliza Jones. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 2. Eliza singled her last time up off the pitcher's glove. 2-1 pitch, swing and a line drive to left field. The left fielder coming in, drops it.
Ooh.
She had it, and it popped right out of her glove, and Eliza will be safe at first.
Again, this wind is playing havoc on the outfielders, and that's just no matter what, that is a tough play out there.
So Jones at first, Macy Crew at the plate. She shows bunt, pulls back, throw down to first, not in time. Jones slides back in safely. That pitch was a ball to Crew. And the pitch. Fouled back on the bunt attempt. One ball, one strike, one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Ball high. Moves the count to 2-1. See if Macy can get a pitch she can drive. 2-1 pitch to Crew. Swing and popped up to the third baseman who makes the catch. And Jones will have to hold at first base. That'll bring up Aubrey Zeider, who doubled her last time up, was thrown out trying to stretch that into a triple. Eliza Jones still at first base now with 2 outs. The first pitch to Zeider is low. Jones going to second, throw down, not in time. And another runner in scoring position for Liberty Center. Liberty Center very aggressive on the base pass today, stealing second base once again. I think that's steal number 4 on the day. Now a runner in scoring position. The 1-0 pitch to Zeider. Ball strike on the inside corner. A 1-1 count, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. One ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the fifth with the Tigers with a 5-1 lead. Reyna's 2-1 pitch to Crew, or Zeider is grounded to second. Second baseman fields it and throws her out at first for out number 3. The Tigers get 1 in the inning, and after 5 innings of play, Liberty Center leads it 5-1.
Once again, one of the cool things about what Tiger Sports Live has been able to do over the years is bring these broadcasts at no charge to you, and that's kind of one of our staples, and that happens because our sponsors, and those guys are Sattler Meats, Holgate Metal Fab, Gerald Grain Centers, Pizzanello's Pizza, Pam and Dick Leatherman, Swanton Welding, Davis Farm Services, 3Chord, the Affinity IT Group, STN Design, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, and KK Collision. Hey, again, join us Tuesday, Thursday next week. We'll have the boys' games, and they'll take on Edgerton and then North Central. Tuesday will be Edgerton Bulldogs, and Coach LaPlante will make his coaching debut for the Tigers. As they've had a couple scrimmages and a lot of same thing, Tim, like we had with basketball, like boys and girls basketball. Liberty Center Sports have a number of participants, and Coach LaPlante's got a full JV and varsity, and I think also the girls will have a JV and varsity schedule to some degree.
Excellent to see. All right, we go to the 6th inning. Molly Perry still on the mound. Has done a really nice job. You take away that first inning where she gave up the 1 run on a few walks. Has done a nice job keeping runners off the bases for the most part. The 1-0 pitch is called a strike to even the count 1-1.
Yeah, Tim, you make a good point with Molly because she just looks like she's in a much better rhythm since inning number 1.
Yep. Ground ball to short. Sinclair's there. She's got it. Plays it first for out number 1.
Again, Emma would just scoop, wham. I mean, it comes out quick, and she's made a lot of that's been attributed to her footwork. I think she puts herself in a really good position to field the ball, but boy, her catch and release is just quick.
I think a few things stand out there when you watch Emma out there. Her footwork is really good. She attacks the softball, doesn't wait on it, and then her quick release it doesn't allow you to think about it too much to make a bad throw. So very impressive by her. Molly jumps off the mound to make this play, and nice scoop by Mackenzie Fuller at first to get out number 2. Nice job by Molly getting off the mound there to get to it. And a nice job by Mackenzie Fuller on the scoop at first. So 2 quick outs here for Miller City. This will be Erford at the plate. Ball in the dirt. 1-0. Strike 1 called. The umpire's got a little bit of a delayed call there. Nothing wrong with that, as long as he makes the right call. All right, we're 1-1 is the count. 2 outs here in the 6th, top of the 6th.
Tim, are you getting those tiger goggles that we talk about? You've done enough broadcasts now.
I don't know what you're talking about. Officials are always right. I've always said that from day one, no matter what sport. That's why they're called the officials.
You're officially right.
Coaches are always wrong. All right, 3 balls, 1 strike. Swinging a line drive into the hole between shortstop and third base for a line drive. Nice hit by number 2, Erford, to reach first base here with 2 outs. We're going to have a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner.
Number 10. Avery Rue will pinch run at first. And she's going on the pitch. Throw down to second. Oh, nice throw by Bia. Got a short hop that couldn't hang on. I think they'd have had her. But the runner slid into the glove and knocked the ball out. So this is Schnipke at the plate for Miller City. 2 outs. And now they have a runner in scoring position. Swing and a ground ball to short. Sinclair's there. Fields it quickly, throws out to first for out number 3.
Yeah, that's a nice play. Don't worry about that runner. It's very insignificant at this point with a 4-run lead. And, again, Emma St. Clair with a great play. So, again, we want to talk a little bit about the schedule. And if you go to our website, you'll see a little schedule on the left and our broadcast schedule. The Lady Tigers will be at Ayersville on Monday. And the boys will be at Eastwood. And then Tuesday they're at Holgate. And while the boys are here playing. So the girls, you get them in when you can. I guess spring sports schedule goes pretty quick. So the girls will play today, then Monday and Tuesday. And then Saturday they'll have the doubleheader. So
the spring season is always, you just don't know what to expect.
Right.
With the weather and, we've had, March 23rd right now, which is really good to be playing a softball game.
We had all 4 seasons in one day last week, so
it's, you never know when you're going to play that first game, and you never know when you're going to play a game and have to wait several days before you play your next game with living in Northwest Ohio.
Well, and even this week with scrimmages, I know rearranging things, and it was supposed to snow, and at one point this week we were supposed to have 4 inches of snow today, which temperature-wise probably true.
The only solution is for that dome to be built to house our baseball and
well, that might be
teams.
a community project here soon. Who knows?
All right. Molly Perry will lead off the 6th inning for Liberty Center. First pitch is inside for ball 1.
We could get one of those inflatable domes for out here.
Perry, Gray, and Zintek for Liberty Center. Molly ahead 2-0 here on the count. Swing and popped it up to first. That play will be made for out number 1. David over there at first base makes the play for Miller City. And that'll bring us to the top of the order with Gray. Reina's pitch to Gray is fly ball to left center coming in.
Yep.
That's down for a hit. Gray will round first and head to second, and she slides in safely with a double.
Again, that was one of the wind just ate that up. The center fielder didn't really move right away because the ball was coming at her, and by the time she reacted, she just couldn't get to it with the wind.
Not easy out there, no question. All right, Addie Zintek at the plate. Gray on at second. Ball in the dirt for ball 1. So you're at the heart of the Tigers' order here in the 6th. Trying to get a little more cushion in that lead. A 5-1 lead currently. Zintek with the bunt attempt and fouls one off. 1-1 count to Zintek. Squares the bunt. Pulls back. Watches a ball go. It's high. Makes it 2-1 on Zintek. Shows bunt once again. Pulls back. Ball low. 3-1. If you're Miller City here, this is not a player that you want to walk with Barrett on deck.
Yeah, she can easily score from first.
Squares the bunt again on the 3-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball in the hole between first and second. It gets through. Gray rounds third. She will score. Zintek going to go to second. No throw there. And the Tigers with a 6-1 lead on a seeing eye single from Addie Zintek to right field.
Yeah, just that little hesitation in Liberty Center being very aggressive on the bases today with that, at the time, the 4-run lead, now a 5-run lead for the Tigers, and that just cost the Miller City Wildcats that little hesitation.
You talk about the win on balls that are hit in the outfield, but also when you're throwing the ball in from the outfield, it makes it very difficult. So Bea Barrett, who has had 2 hard-hit balls, and they're going to walk her intentionally, it looks like.
And she's like, doggone.
So an intentional pass to Barrett, which I don't blame Miller City for, with the way she's hit the ball.
Yep. I think that's probably a good call. It's not something you want to see, but that's a good strategy. And then they'll get the courtesy runner, probably Maddie Foster again.
Foster will run at first for Barrett. So here we have 1 out. We have Zintek at second, Foster at first, Sinclair at the plate for Liberty Center. And the pitch, ball high.
And Tim, you've got probably 2 of the faster kids on the team on the bases right now. So, and Emma St. Clair's been having a day. 1 hit to the outfield, that could score 2 easily.
Line shot down the left field line. Left fielder will field it, bobbled it. Zintek stops at third. Foster moves up to second. And Emma Sinclair with a line shot single to left field for Liberty Center.
Emma St. Clair again, just with a heck of a day today for her in this opening game for our Lady Tigers. And again, I've been to most of the scrimmages, and she's had a pretty good scrimmage season also for her. So
something that you definitely need from one of your senior leaders. She has shown that she's got the golden glove and the golden bat. At least today she does.
Yep. And now Mackenzie Fuller will come up. And, you might say, okay, you got a freshman up with bases loaded. But Mackenzie Fuller has played so much softball in the last probably 8 years that she's not a freshman.
All right. 1 out, bases loaded for Fuller. And the pitch. Ball high.
And the infield fly rule will be in effect. We can talk about that. If it happens, I'll explain what that is.
Infield is in for Miller City. All the way around the horn. Ball high, gets by the catcher. Here comes Zintek. She's safe at home, and all runners will move up. And Liberty Center takes a 7-1 lead.
Yep. That speed on the base, that was going to happen. So now the infield fly rule is off, and what that is when first and second base are occupied with only 1 out, what you can't do is pop the ball up in the infield. That's a playable ball, and let them drop it in order to get multiple outs. There's an automatic rule that says the batter's out and play suspends at that point. So, but with first base open, that doesn't apply.
Right. Hitters count here. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to Fuller. Swinging a line drive to left field. Caught by the left fielder. Foster was heading home. Gets back safely at third.
Good contact, though, by Fuller.
Good swing by Fuller for sure on the line drive to left field. So now you have 2 outs with runners on second and third. Eliza Jones steps to the plate.
Now they bunted her the last 2 or 3 times at bat. I'd like to see her swing away here.
There it is, right center field. Going to get by the right, up the
Atta
gap,
girl.
all the way to the fence. 2 runs will score. Jones rounding second, heading for third, and she'll stop there with a stand-up triple. 2 RBIs for Eliza Jones.
Now, Tim, one of the things you might not have seen there, I get to watch other stuff, is the field umpire signaled interference as Jones ran into the shortstop at second base. If she'd have tried to go home, they probably would have given it to her.
Ground ball up the middle by Crew. Fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first in the dirt. She'll head to second and stand up there, and Eliza Jones will cross the plate for the 10th run of the game for Liberty Center in a 10-1 lead.
And this is the second time he's crossed the white line, so he's got to take the pitcher out here. That's kind of one of the rules, as you see, if a coach goes across the white line to address the pitcher twice in an inning, he's got to take her out.
So we'll get a pitching change.
Yep.
It looks like
6. They'll give her some pitches here to warm up, but Liberty Center with 5 in the inning here so far.
Schiffer.
Pitching for the Wildcats, number 6, Reagan Schiffer.
And like to see that Eliza Jones again got that triple prior to this. I love the fact that she swung away. She's had a strong bat for the Lady Tigers last year, and they're going to need it this year, as you said earlier.
Well, in these later innings, Liberty Center done a nice job of putting the ball in play. We've had some really nice hard-hit balls that have been difficult for Miller City to field. We've had some line shots to third, some to left field, and what I like to see, too, is that outside half pitch taken to the right center field, right side. And they've done that a couple times, too. So some really nice pieces of hitting for Liberty Center all up and down the lineup. And they've pushed 5 across here in the 6th to kind of break this one wide open.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, Tim, we talk about, kind of just getting underway the season-wise, and this is game number 1. I like already what we've seen in terms of the Tigers getting better,
Yeah.
getting kind of those jitters gone, because they did, even though they did have a scrimmage season, it's short. You just can't get a lot of games in.
Yep. Zyder at the plate. Is that what we said? Yeah.
Yep.
And then Crew moves up to third on the pass ball by Miller City. What's the run rule, Mark? Do you know?
It's 15. It's 10 after 5, 15 after.
So the winning run is at third.
Yes.
Winning run at third for Liberty Center, which would be the mercy rule if that run is Crew is able to cross home plate here. So
Yep.
Zyder with a 2-ball count. He's in a hitter's count. Fouled straight back over the top. And moves the count to 2-1.
Yep. That rule is 15 after 5, 10 after 6.
Okay. And that's going to hit Zyder, and she's going to get first base. So Zyder's at first, and
No, batting number 3,
Molly Perry will step to the plate. Again, the game-winning run is at third base in Crew.
Just tell Molly if you want to not pitch the next inning, just
Get a hit.
get a hit.
All right.
I don't think they'll run Zyder, just simply give Molly a chance to end the game here. Don't want her to get thrown out with 2 outs.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs here in the 6th, and that's ball 2.
Or, here's a strategy, Tim. You walk her down to second base, you put them in what's called a pickle, and then you see if they can score from third.
Ball 3, here comes Crew, play at the plate. She's going to be out. And that's how our 6th inning will end.
Molly's like, I got to go out and pitch.
So Liberty Center gets 5 runs in the inning on 3 hits. And after 6.5 innings,
6 full.
6 full innings, it's Liberty Center 10, Miller City 1.
And again, join us. Our next broadcast again is the boys game. They will take on the Edgerton Bulldogs on Tuesday. Coach LaPlante makes his coaching debut for our Liberty Center Tigers, him and his staff, and we'll get them in the studio for a sit-down and in the dugout session here. And check the schedule on our website. The teams will be traveling as the boys are taking on the Bulldogs. The girls will be at Ayersville, I believe that is. Let me take another look here real quick. But so we'll keep you updated on that. We'll get scores as we do the broadcast. Yes, the girls. Oh, the girls are at Ayersville on Monday. They are at Holgate on Tuesday as our next broadcast with the boys will be here.
We got a pinch hitter for Miller City. It's going to be number 12, Kira Rue. So Molly in to finish this thing off here in the 7th. Tigers 10-1 lead.
leading up for Miller City, Kara Rue.
Rue is pinch hitting for Miller City. 1 ball, no strikes on her. And strike 1 called.
Yeah, one of the other things, Tim, I've noticed with Molly is she's rhythm pitching. So she's got that same delivery, same rhythm. She's taking the same amount of time. And I think that's helped her stay, solid.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important for the pitchers, too, to find their spots around that plate. I don't think we have that dominant speed pitcher.
Right.
So location is really important for pitchers that we have.
Yeah, and that's been the trademark of these 2 pitchers. I talked 2 pitchers, Reese Kessler being kind of the other senior pitcher. Both pitchers are that way, and so them being on stride, on mark is very important for both of them.
3-2 count here on the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Ball high and outside, and the leadoff runner will get on here. And that'll bring up
27.
David, the first baseman.
27, Bailey David.
Liberty just needs to get outs here.
There's, ball outside. You want to pitch the contact here in this situation. Strike called on the outside corner. 1-1.
Barrett's done a solid job behind the plate today also.
Swinging a line drive. Sinclair's got it. Doubles her off first for a double play. And there
Guess
she
who?
is again. Nice play by Emma Sinclair. Good bat read up the middle. Makes the catch for out one. Gets the runner sneaking off first base there for a double play. And we have 2 outs just like that here in the 7th.
And this is the pitcher
Batting number 6, Reagan Schiffer.
that came in.
A swing and a miss for strike 1. Swing and a foul ball. 2 strikes on the hitter here. Liberty Center, all around really good defensive game from them. And then the bats have come alive here later on in this game. They've had some solid swings, especially for game 1. And that's going to end it on the strikeout by Perry. And Barrett will throw that down to first to end this one, as Liberty Center game 1 is in the books and win 1 is in the books, as Liberty Center wins this one 10-1 over the Miller City Wildcats.
Yeah, and Tim, you mentioned it earlier, is that first inning was a little bit shaky just to kind of get going, but after that, it was just solid performance by the Lady Tigers, both offensively and specifically defensively. I think Emma St. Clair with a big game, both on both sides, the offense and defense. But great showing through the couple of scrimmages. They've really tried to mix and match a lot of different players. I think you can attest to having all those players is somewhat challenging to figure out who plugs in where. But a great showing today by the Liberty Center Lady Tigers.
Yeah, I think, when you look at your scrimmage season and what that does for you, you just throw a lot of options or things out there to see kind of what works and what doesn't work. And obviously they've got quite a few players that they want to plug in here and there and see what works best. But I think for game 1 for them, you got a very good pitching performance from Molly once she was able to get through that first inning. The bats struggled a little bit early on, but I thought that came around as the game went on. So it's always good to get that first one out of the way. So, you got some younger girls playing. They get that first game jitters kind of out of the way. So overall, there's a very solid performance on both sides for Liberty Center.
Yep, absolutely. Well, the girls will travel to Ayersville on Monday to take on the Ayersville Pilots. And I think they'll just go home and put this one in the book and enjoy it, but they'll get right back to work on Monday. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here from Liberty Center Tiger Field. The Liberty Center Lady Tigers, a 10-1 victory over the Miller City Lady Wildcats. So for Tim Davis on the call, appreciate you being here with us. I'm Mark the Captain Bly. And game 1 in the books, as you said, Tim, and Liberty Center with a nice victory. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. And we'll be back on Tuesday with the boys' game against the Edgerton Bulldogs, and the Lady Tigers will be on the road both Monday and Tuesday of next week. So once again, I'm your host, Mark the Captain Bly, and as always, folks, it's good night, everybody, and it's good Tiger Sports.